Coach, you knew they were going to attack the paint relentlessly. Obviously, they had some success there. What was the game plan coming in to stop what they do offensively?
Well, we knew coming in that what they do stems from them getting their feet in the paint. You know, we didn't do a good enough job early. We had a game plan in place, you know, to stop that. We wanted to mix up defenses and all that kind of stuff, but we just didn't do a good enough job keeping them outside of the paint. And then when we did do it, we were successful. But when we didn't, obviously, they got what they'd like to get, which is dump off for dunks and kickouts for threes and all that kind of stuff. So just didn't do a good enough job taking away their strengths.
How much of tonight was shots just not falling, and how much was them just really guarding?
I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination. I thought we got some stops at some points. Then we got some wide open ones that we usually hit. Like Jordan Rowland missed 2 wide open jump shots in a row. He's a pretty good shooter. And Tyler Kavanaugh, obviously the foul trouble hurt him a little bit, but he missed some wide open ones as well. So we didn't hit shots. We've been shooting the ball well, but you know, that's going to happen on the road sometimes. But against a team like this, you can't compound that by having a 17 turnover game. You know, we can't help them by throwing the ball away. And you know, they're going to turn you over. They play aggressively and all that, and everyone knows that. But we can't. we can't throw it away ourselves. You know, we can't, when they're not pressuring us, we can't turn the ball over. So just didn't do a good enough job there.
You're going to lead into my next question about the turnover. 17 turnovers, they turned into 22 points. Was it something they did different maybe a little bit than what you saw on tape for the turnover number to be so high tonight?
No, they did exactly what we saw on tape. It's just a matter of handling it. We got to handle it better. You know, we just didn't do a good enough job being poised. You know what I mean? We got to be a lot tougher and a lot more poised handling their pressure. We know exactly where it was coming from, how they were going to do it. But at times, you know, you can prepare for it as much as you want. But playing against it and being in this environment is for a young team who hasn't been here before. It's different. You know, I think back to our team 4 years ago when we started those 4 freshmen. It was the same type of deal. You know, it's just tough for guys who never experienced it to come in here and play against this type of style where, you know, it's almost like playing in a beehive. You know what I mean? And we just didn't do a good enough job responding to that. You know, and then compound that by not hitting shots. So I thought if we hit shots, you know, we obviously knew we had to hit shots coming in. If we hit shots, I thought even if we turned the ball over some, we'd have a pretty good chance of winning the game. But we just didn't hit shots. That's going to happen at times. But you know, you got to get stops and not turn the ball over if you're not going to hit shots. We just didn't hit shots tonight.
You guys had to play a lot without Tyler. What did you see from you guys when he was on the bench?
Well, I thought Jair Bolden you know, stepped up and he did a good job handling the ball. He was aggressive. You know, after a couple turnovers in the first half, where he kind of just threw the ball away, kind of being trapped, kind of panicking a little bit. I thought he was rock solid. He was aggressive. He was assertive. Finished with a career high 12 points in his young career. I think he played 27 minutes, I think that's a career high for him as well. So he played well. He played well. When Tyler was out, we had other guys come in to step up. I thought Kevin Marfa was aggressive and he did some good things. You know, got to the line 10 times in 17 minutes. So that shows his level of assertiveness, his level of being aggressive. So we did some good things with Tyler out. Retrospect, obviously hindsight's 2020. Probably shouldn't have played him in the first half or two, but you know, he's a fifth year senior, and you know that's going to happen. You know, it's going to happen. So, but other guys stepped up, and I was happy to see that. Yuta also did a really good job, 17 and 7, only 2 turnovers, played 34 minutes. He has to do a lot for us. He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife for us. So, you know, some other guys stepped up, but again, we just didn't hit enough shots to stay in the game, and then we turned the ball over and didn't get stops when we needed them.
You guys lost obviously some huge pieces from last year's team. How do you think your senior leadership has been this year? And also having Joe on the bench, how has he helped this team sort of carrying over some of the leadership from last year?
Well, the senior leadership has been great. You know, it's not easy being seniors and welcoming in 6 freshmen, you know, and then having 2 sophomores who really didn't play much last year. So it's really 8 new guys, and then, you know, you throw in Jaron Cena and Pat Steves, who didn't play last year, and transfer guys. So there's a lot of new faces. But our seniors, you know, Tyler and Matt, Yuta's not a senior, obviously, but those guys have stepped up in a leadership role, and they've had to because we have so many young guys who just, you know, didn't come in knowing anything about college basketball. You know, they're pretty talented high school players, really good class. I think they're going to grow together and really get better together, develop together. But though their senior leadership has been vital. It's been vital to us to get where we are now. We still have a lot of room for growth. You know, that's the really bright spot about our team. We're young and we haven't reached our potential yet. We haven't figured out how to put 40 minutes together yet. But our seniors got to continue to lead by example, continue to lead vocally, and if they can do that, we can continue to grow because we do have some growth left in us.
You mentioned VCU's pressure. Is it different under Bill than it was under Shaka? Is it a different challenge to face the way they run their press?
Yeah, I think it is different. You know, now they run it more of a they cover zones more of a 2-2-1 3/4 court pressure where they still kind of run at you and rotate over and try to gamble for steals. And then under Shaka was more of a run and jump where they would kind of force you to the outside corners or outside thirds of the court and then run you from the backside and rotate over. And they obviously had Breonte Weber in the past, but he was just a one-man wrecking crew. So it is a little different. But again, the nature of it is still there. You know, the nature of it is still there, attacking people and turning people over and forcing turnovers and getting steals and all that kind of stuff. So different, but still in their fiber, and they still do a good job with it. Obviously, with our 17 turnovers. So we knew it was coming. We just didn't do a good enough job handling it. Now we got to watch the film and try to figure out how we do a better job of handling it when they come to our gym because we get another crack at them. So that'll be exciting for us.
Coach, can you assess Colin Smith's progress to this point and also comment on his potential?
Colin Smith has a world of potential, honestly. He's a 6'10", 6'11", who can and he can handle the ball. He's very athletic. He already has some talent. He has a good skill set for his size. He has a world of potential. He hasn't scratched the surface, not even close to where he can get. He's really talented. He needs to grow in some aspects. You know, obviously he needs to mature. Both mentally and physically. He's a freshman. He's young and all that kind of stuff, and that'll come with experience. But he's a player that, you know, he can have a really good college career if he continues to grow and work at a level where he wants to be good and wants to be a tremendous player in this league. And I think he can accomplish that if he continues to work because he came in with a really good foundation in terms of his athleticism and his length and his skill set. He's a heck of a player, and he can be really good if he wants to be. Yeah.
Just a tricky one. How do you guys get your scoring inside the arc, the percentages up? Because you got Kavanaugh, you've got all these big bodies, but on the season, you just have had a tough time finishing inside the arc.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to continue to play inside out. We got to continue to understand that our front court is our strength, and we got to work on finishing around the rim and keep getting better in that regard. And the shots that we get around the perimeter, we got to understand that we got to pass up good ones for great ones, and continue to play inside out. We got to also got to run offense a little sharper. You know what I mean? I thought they took us out of what we were trying to do at some points. At some points we got some good things, but other times they're denying the wings and all that kind of stuff. They got us out, and you know they pressured us, and we kind of got loopy there for a little bit. But we got to continue to, you know, keep chopping wood. We can't worry too much about percentages. We got to worry about playing the game the right way. And for us, that's playing inside out, taking good shots, sharing the ball, making sure that we understand that it's not going to be one man that's going to be able to get us back into this thing. Not to say that we're out or anything like that, but you know, we got to play team basketball. Understand that we got to move the ball and share it. And it can't stick. And if we continue to do that, I think we'll be fine.
Anything else, guys?
Is it true you're married to a VCU grad?
Yes, very much so.
How's that going to go tonight? how does she handle this kind of game? Obviously, you're team number one, but you know.
No, she's very supportive of our team and our program. Very supportive of me, obviously. So I respect the fact she has a lot of pride in her school, which I love. So probably won't be too much talking when I get home, but that's fine. That's fine. But when they come to GW, she's decked out in buff and blue, and she cheers for us and she supports us, which is what I love about her. She's great. All right, thanks guys.
Thanks, guys.